Welcome to Christianity Unmasked, where we peel back the layers of history and theology to explore the heart of Christianity. This isn't just your Sunday school recap. We're going on an intellectual and spiritual journey to truly understand the essence of this faith that has shaped societies, cultures, and individual lives for over 2 millennia. Our objective is simple, yet profound: to explore what makes Christianity unique among the world's religions. We'll be venturing into the depths of theology, traversing the corridors of history, and engaging with thought-provoking perspectives from diverse voices. This exploration is not just for the faithful, but for the curious, the skeptic, and the seeker alike. In the words of the renowned Christian apologist and author C.S. Lewis, Christianity, if false, is of no importance, and if true, of infinite importance. The only thing it cannot be is moderately important. This quote underscores the gravity of our quest. We're not here to convince or convert, but to uncover and understand. We'll start by delving into Christianity's origins, tracing its roots from a small group of followers in the ancient Near East to an institution that spread across the globe. We'll explore its transformative impact on societies and cultures, and how it continues to influence the modern world. Throughout our journey, we'll draw upon the wisdom of theologians, historians, and significant Christian figures. We'll share anecdotes and stories, both historical and contemporary, that illuminate the essence of Christianity. These narratives will help us grasp the complexities of the faith and its teachings and appreciate the lived experiences of its adherents. So prepare to embark on a journey of discovery as we delve into the fascinating world of Christianity. Whether you're a believer, a non-believer, or somewhere in between, we hope this journey will provide a fresh perspective, spark thoughtful conversations, and perhaps even challenge some preconceived notions. Stay with us as we delve into the fascinating journey of what makes Christianity unique. In the beginning there was the Word, and the Word was with God. But how did this Word become a global faith? That's the question we're diving into today on Christianity Unmasked. Let's journey back in time, some 2,000 years, to the Eastern Mediterranean, a place known as Judea. Here we find a Jewish man named Jesus from the town of Nazareth. His teachings and deeds, as recorded in the New Testament of the Bible, mark the genesis of Christianity. Jesus' teachings were radical and transformative, challenging the religious, social, and political norms of his time. He spoke of love, forgiveness, and the coming of a kingdom not of this world. His parables, stories with moral or spiritual lessons, were filled with wisdom and insight, resonating with people from all walks of life. But it wasn't just his teachings that left an indelible mark. His actions did too. Miracles were attributed to him, from healing the sick and feeding the multitudes to raising the dead. These acts of compassion and power drew crowds, but also stirred controversy. Jesus' life, as significant as it was, is only part of the story. His death and reported resurrection are pivotal to Christianity's origins. Crucified by Roman authorities, Jesus' followers believed he rose from the dead 3 days later. This event, known as the resurrection, is at the heart of Christian belief, symbolizing victory over death and the promise of eternal life. Yet the story doesn't end there. After Jesus' ascension into heaven, his followers, now imbued with a new spirit and conviction, began to spread his teachings. These early Christians, as they came to be known, formed the first Christian communities, gathering in homes to share meals, pray, and recount the teachings and deeds of Jesus. Despite facing persecution and hardship, these communities grew and multiplied. They were bound together by a shared faith, a common hope, and the love they had for each other. Historians like Rodney Stark have noted how this intense sense of community and mutual care made Christianity attractive in a harsh and often uncaring ancient world. In the midst of this growth and expansion, something critical happened. The Apostle Paul, a former persecutor of Christians, had a transformative experience that led him to become one of Christianity's most influential figures. His missionary journeys took the message of Jesus beyond the Jewish communities, reaching Gentiles, that is, non-Jews, in different corners of the Roman Empire. His letters addressing various issues faced by these early Christian communities make up a significant portion of the New Testament. Paul's work, along with that of other early Christian leaders, set the stage for Christianity's evolution from a small Jewish sect into a global faith. They wrestled with questions of identity, belief, and practice, shaping the contours of what we now know as Christianity. This is a brief sketch of Christianity's origins, a story of a man and a message that transformed the world. It's a story that continues to be explored, analyzed, and debated by historians, theologians, and believers alike. As we delve deeper into what makes Christianity unique, let's keep in mind this historical backdrop, the life and teachings of Jesus and the experiences of these early Christian communities. As historian Jaroslav Pelikan put it, if Christ is risen, nothing else matters. And if Christ is not risen, nothing else matters. This profound statement encapsulates the significance of Christianity's origins and the centrality of the resurrection. Whether you're a believer or a skeptic, there's no denying the impact of this faith that began in the dusty towns of ancient Judea and spread across the globe. The story of Christianity's beginnings is not just a narrative of the past, it's a story that continues to shape our world today. From a small group in Jerusalem to a global faith, Christianity has left an indelible mark on the world. This statement is more than a testament to the rapid spread of Christianity. It's an acknowledgement of the profound influence it has had on every facet of human existence. Let's start with its geographical spread. Christianity began in Jerusalem, but it didn't stay there for long. The apostles, followers of Jesus Christ, embarked on ambitious missions to spread the faith. They journeyed across the Roman Empire, braving treacherous seas, inhospitable terrains, and hostile locales. Their efforts bore fruit, and by the 4th century, Christianity had become the dominant religion of the Roman Empire. From there, it continued to spread, reaching the far corners of the earth. Today, it is the world's largest religion, with believers spanning across every continent. But Christianity's impact extends far beyond its geographical spread. It has deeply influenced art, culture, politics, and society. Let's delve a bit deeper into each of these areas. In the realm of art, Christianity has been a driving force for centuries. Renaissance artists like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci drew inspiration from biblical stories, creating masterpieces that continue to captivate audiences today. Sacred music, including hymns and choral works, has its roots in Christian worship, with composers like Johann Sebastian Bach dedicating their talent to the glory of God. The influence of Christianity on culture is equally profound. Many of our holidays, including Christmas and Easter, are Christian in origin. Our calendar, with its 7-day week and the year dating from the birth of Christ, is a testament to the faith's pervasive impact. In politics, Christianity has played a significant role in shaping political systems and ideologies. The Christian concept of the inherent dignity and worth of every individual has informed democratic principles and human rights discourses. As historian Tom Holland asserts, in the West, even secularists dream Christian dreams. On a societal level, Christianity has been instrumental in the development of institutions like hospitals and universities. The Church's emphasis on charity and compassion has inspired countless acts of service and philanthropy. Furthermore, Christian teachings have provided moral guidance to millions, fostering values like love, forgiveness, and justice. This massive influence isn't just due to the faith's size or longevity. It's because Christianity, at its heart, is transformative. It calls for radical love, self-sacrifice, and a commitment to justice and mercy. This transformative power is what has allowed Christianity to shape civilizations, inspire masterpieces, and change countless lives. In the words of theologian David Bentley Hart, Christianity is the midwife of secularity, not merely in the sense that its moral and spiritual ambitions were what inadvertently created the secular realm, but also in the sense that its teachings largely formed the conscience of the post-Christian world. Indeed, Christianity's impact is so pervasive that it can be easy to overlook, but as we reflect on the faith's influence, we can appreciate its profound and lasting significance. As the theologian H. Richard Niebuhr said, the great Christian revolutions come not by the discovery of something that was not known before. They happen when somebody takes radically something that was always there. This observation encapsulates the essence of Christianity's global impact. It is not about introducing something entirely new, but about taking what is already there, the potential for love, compassion, justice, beauty, and amplifying it, living it out radically, and thereby transforming the world. Many paths lead to the divine, but what sets the Christian path apart? Let's delve into the unique aspects of Christianity that distinguish it from other world religions. We're going to explore three central tenets of Christianity that set it apart: the concept of grace, the incarnation, and the resurrection. These are not merely doctrines, but the beating heart of Christianity, shaping its worldview, its ethos, and its hope. Let's begin with the concept of grace. It's common in many religions to find the idea of earning divine favor through good deeds, moral uprightness, or spiritual practices. But Christianity flips this idea on its head. In Christianity, divine favor or grace is not earned, it's freely given. It's a radical, even scandalous idea. As theologian Karl Barth once said, grace must find expression in life, otherwise it is not grace. This grace is not just a theological concept, it's a lived reality, transforming the believer's life from the inside out. It's the realization that one can never be good enough to earn God's love, and yet that love is lavishly poured out anyway. As the Apostle Paul wrote, God proves his love for us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. This notion of grace is a distinctive hallmark of Christianity. Moving on, let's talk about the incarnation. The incarnation is the belief that God became human in the person of Jesus Christ. This is a unique claim in the world of religion. Many religions acknowledge prophets, enlightened beings, or avatars. But the claim that the infinite, eternal, and unchangeable God would become a finite, temporal, and vulnerable human being is unique to Christianity. The incarnation means that God is not distant or detached. In Jesus, God enters into human experience with all its joys, sorrows, temptations, and sufferings. Theologian Jai Packer captures this beautifully when he says, "The Almighty appeared on earth as a helpless human baby, needing to be fed and changed and taught to talk like any other child." The more you think about it, the more staggering it gets. Indeed, it is staggering. It's the claim that God is not just for us, but with us, sharing in our human condition. Theologian Dietrich Bonhoeffer once wrote, "God lets himself be pushed out of the world and onto the cross. He is weak and powerless in the world, and that's exactly how he is with us and helps us." Lastly, let's turn our attention to the resurrection. The resurrection of Jesus Christ from the dead is the cornerstone of Christian faith. It's not just a historical event, but a cosmic one, signaling the victory of life over death, love over hate, and hope over despair. The resurrection is not merely about life after death, but life in its fullness here and now. It's a declaration that the worst thing is never the last thing, and that no situation is beyond the reach of God's redeeming love. As theologian N.T. Wright puts it, the message of Easter is that God's new world has been unveiled in Jesus Christ and that you're now invited to belong to it. The concept of grace, the incarnation, and the resurrection set Christianity apart. They reveal a God who loves unconditionally, who shares in our human condition, and who breathes life into the deadest of situations. These are not just doctrines to be believed, but truths to be lived. They shape the Christian's life, infusing it with a profound sense of worth, a deep sense of belonging, and an enduring sense of hope. They also give Christianity its distinctive flavor, a flavor marked by grace, embodied love, and resurrection hope. It's a flavor that has left its mark on countless lives and continues to do so today. In conclusion, Christianity is unique because it presents a God who is radically gracious, intimately involved, and powerfully redemptive. It's a path marked by grace, paved by love, and leading to life in its fullness. Let's remember the words of the Apostle Paul, who summarizes the Christian message beautifully. "For by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not your own doing, it is the gift of God." Indeed, grace is the gift of God, a gift that makes Christianity uniquely beautiful, compelling, and transformative. Christianity is not a relic of the past, but a living, breathing faith that continues to evolve and adapt. As we journey into the 21st century, Christianity finds itself grappling with a host of modern challenges and questions. Yet it's in these very complexities that we see the faith's astounding resilience and adaptability. Firstly, let's examine the traditional role of women in Christianity. Historically, women have played a vital supporting role within the fabric of church communities across the globe. The question of their participation in church leadership, however, remains a contentious issue. Despite a shift in some quarters towards accepting women in pastoral roles, many denominations steadfastly uphold the long-standing tradition that leadership within the church is a responsibility reserved for men. This stance is rooted in interpretations of Scripture that prioritize a specific structure for church leadership. The case of Reverend Sally Smith, who became the first woman to lead a congregation traditionally led by men in Birmingham, England, underscores this ongoing debate. While her story is often cited as progress, it also highlights the resistance against changing a foundational aspect of church governance that many believe should remain unchanged. Then there's the relationship between Christianity and science, often painted as incompatible adversaries. Yet many Christians and scientists alike argue that faith and science can coexist peacefully. The late Reverend John Polkinghorne, a physicist and Anglican priest, was one such advocate. He believed that science and religion each had their own realms of truth, and rather than conflicting, they could enrich one another. His life's work reminds us that Christianity and science need not be at odds, and indeed can provide unique perspectives on the same universal questions. Alongside these internal debates, Christianity also faces external pressures, particularly from the rise of secularism. In many parts of the world, church attendance has declined, and religious belief is often seen as less relevant to daily life. But it's here, in the face of secularism, that Christianity's adaptability shines brightest. Churches are finding innovative ways to engage with their communities, from online services to outreach programs addressing social issues. For instance, a church in Toronto, Canada, transformed its dwindling congregation into a thriving community hub, hosting everything from food banks to yoga classes. This shift towards community engagement is not a departure from Christian values, but rather a modern expression of the faith's core commandment: to love one's neighbor. In the face of these contemporary challenges, Christianity continues to evolve, proving that it's not an antiquated faith stuck in the past, but a dynamic living tradition. It's a faith that's not afraid to question, to adapt, and to grow. It's a faith that finds strength in diversity and unity in love. And perhaps most importantly, it's a faith that remains relevant, not in spite of the modern world, but because of it. However, amidst all this change, it's essential to remember that the heart of Christianity remains the same. At its core, it is a faith centered on the transformative power of love, embodied in the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. This central message has remained constant throughout 2 millennia and continues to inspire billions around the globe. As we look towards the future, it's clear that Christianity will continue to navigate the changing tides of our world. It will grapple with new questions, face new challenges, and continue to evolve. Yet its essence will remain a beacon of hope and love in an ever-changing world. And just as Christianity adapts and evolves, so too does our understanding and practice of faith. It's a journey, not a destination. It's a conversation, not a monologue. It's a living, breathing faith, not a static set of rules. As the theologian Karl Barth said, faith is never identical with piety. Our journey through the unique landscape of Christianity is coming to an end, but the exploration is far from over. We've embarked on a remarkable expedition unearthing the origins of Christianity, its global impact, and the distinctive characteristics that set it apart from other world religions. We've peeled back the layers of history, delved into the profound teachings, and examined the transformative influence of Christianity on societies across the globe. From the humble beginnings in the heart of the Roman Empire, we've seen how Christianity has grown and evolved into the world's largest religion. Yet despite its vast reach, we've discovered that Christianity's uniqueness lies not in its size, but in its central message of love, grace, and redemption. We've explored how Christianity, unlike other religions, centers around the life, teachings, and sacrificial death of Jesus Christ. In his teachings, we find a revolutionary message of love and forgiveness, a call to selflessness and service, and a promise of eternal life that transcends the confines of our earthly existence. This unique blend of theology, spirituality, and morality is what sets Christianity apart. We've also examined the global impact of Christianity, from shaping moral and ethical codes to inspiring countless works of art, music, literature, and philosophy. Christianity's influence reaches far beyond the walls of the church, permeating every facet of our culture and society. And yet, Despite its extensive influence, the essence of Christianity remains rooted in the personal relationship between the believer and Christ. In our discussion of contemporary Christianity, we've highlighted the enduring relevance of its teachings in our modern world. Despite the rapid changes and challenges of our time, the core message of Christianity continues to resonate with millions around the globe. It offers a beacon of hope in times of despair, a source of comfort in times of sorrow, and a guide for ethical living in an increasingly complex world. As we've journeyed through this exploration of Christianity, we've relied heavily on the insights and wisdom of great theologians, historians, and significant Christian figures. Their quotes have enriched our understanding and deepened our appreciation for the depth and richness of Christian theology. Our exploration has also been punctuated with anecdotes and stories, both historical and contemporary. These stories have brought to life the teachings of Christianity, illustrating their practical application in everyday life and highlighting the transformative power of faith. All these elements combined make Christianity a unique and fascinating subject of study. It's a religion that invites us not just to believe, but to question, to reflect, and to grow. It's a journey of discovery, of understanding, and ultimately of transformation. Remember, in the words of Augustine, faith is to believe what you do not see. The reward of this faith is to see what you believe. Thank you all for watching. Until next time on Christianity Unmasked.